Hello my people, hope you're doing fine wherever you are watching us from or listening us from. Welcome to BTM News Kenya. Of course, here is where we tell real news and true stories. Of course, the video that I'll play later on is a video of CNN journalist Larry Madowo, who was interviewing the Ghana MP known as Honorable Sam George on matters concerning LGBTQ. So, of course, Ghanaian Parliament has passed the bill of LGBTQ, and whoever will be found practicing LGBTQ or is a member of LGBTQ, he will be prison 3 or 5 years in jail. And of course, the only thing remaining is the signature from the president Nana Akufo-Addo to make it a law in Ghana that anyone who is involved or is found to be a gay or part of LGBTQ or homosexuality will be jailed. So in this video, you could hear it's like Larry Madowo, who is an African journalist who is working at CNN, trying to, kind of supporting LGBTQ, defending LGBTQ, the way I was seeing it. And of course, Honorable Sam George, who is a Ghanaian MP, trying kind of, to defend why Ghana are passing the bill. But at some point you could hear or you could see Larry Madowo trying to support LGBTQ. So the question is, why is he trying to support LGBTQ? Because if you are an African, you understand that this is not our way of life, this is not our lifestyle, this is not our culture. Why try defending? But I understand he is doing it for the dollar. What do you expect from him? He is working in one of the Westerners media. Of course, we know CNN is a Western media. So what do you expect from him? They've already maybe told him, these are the questions you need to ask. But again, you are an African. So in this video, you could hear him asking some question to me. It's just they're foolish questions, they're stupid questions that, I don't understand. You are an African. Defend your culture, defend your people. Why are you selling us out? Is it because of the dollar? Is it because you're being paid? And these are the kind of people US are using to try and impose this thing in Africa. But again, why is US trying to bully Africa into accepting LGBTQ? Why are they doing so? As a matter of fact, LGBTQ is not something that need to be negotiable. It's not something that need to be debatable, explainable. It's something that needs to be kicked out from Africa. It needs to be kicked out from Africa. And of course, there's a part where he was saying that because the bill will be passed, it's like you're endangering their lives. What about the African children? What about boys and girls from Africa? What about them? We need to defend, we need to protect our children from this evil known as LGBTQ. At all costs, we need to protect our children. So if he is caring about those LGBTQ people and is not caring about our own African children, then there's a lot of questions to be asked about Larry Madowo, whether he is part of the LGBT community or not. But I liked how the Ghanaian MP was able to, to answer all these questions, able to handle all this situation very well. This shows how this guy is so intellectual and how this guy cares about African culture, and he doesn't want this LGBTQ to be part of African society or part of Africa. So I don't want to talk much. I just want you to hear this interview by Larry Madowo and this Ghanaian MP, Honorable Sam George.
Why are you pushing this bill that would legalize hate and homophobia in Ghana?
I do not understand what you mean by pushing a bill that will legalize hate and homophobia. It's a bill to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. If you have another bill you're talking about, then maybe you've got the wrong man. But if you're talking to me about the bill I'm sponsoring in Parliament, it is to promote proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family.
What do you consider Ghanaian family values?
Article 39 of the Ghanaian Constitution is clear that the state shall take steps to inculcate the right Ghanaian values, customary values, into society. The Constitution of Ghana makes the states clearly that the National House of Chiefs is the custodian of Ghana's custom. This bill is supported by the Ghana National House of Chiefs. Ghanaian culture.
These members of the LGBT community we're speaking to, sir, are also Ghanaians. They are also Ghanaian. They are part of Ghanaian culture, and they're saying they're gay, they're transsexual, they're bisexual. They are also Ghanaians.
Some of the individuals who were involved in planning terror attacks in America are American citizens. Is it American culture to kill people?
That's a false, that's not the same comparison. But what I want to focus on here is...
It's not the same comparison. You are telling me that because we have people who are carrying out an activity that is illegal per our laws already, and our culture frowns on it because they are found in our jurisdiction, that is our culture.
There were many things that were illegal that are... What's your reaction to the members of the LGBT community, sir, that we've been speaking to, who tell us they're afraid for their lives when this bill passes, if this bill passes, that they're afraid to even leave their homes?
Well, anybody who is engaged in an illegal activity should be afraid of the law, shouldn't you? Then there will be no essence of law. But let's be clear about this. The United States in 2021 remains the most dangerous place for homosexuals. As of June 2021, an independent story, a story run by the Independent.
Sir, this is not about the United States. This is about Ghana. This is about Ghana.
Homicide.
This is about Ghana, so I want to focus on Ghana, sir. Hang on. Let me ask the question. Let me ask you the question, sir. This is about Ghana. You are, as part of this bill, legalizing conversion therapy, which that's not an answer. Do you believe that people can be cured of homosexuality by some sort of treatment? So you want to make it difficult for anybody to live an open, free life because of who they love in Ghana, and you want them to go to jail for 10 years. You're happy with that?
Well, you haven't read my bill. It's a misinformation to say that anybody who's found guilty of a homosexual act to go to jail for 10 years. That's a misconception you're peddling, and you should not do that.
They can go to jail up to 10 years. This is just one of the many penalties that is in the bill, sir, that you're encouraging Ghanaians to report anybody who is suspected of being LGBTQ. Is that correct?
A person who commits an offense under paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F, G of subsection 1, which is the section that lists all the offenses, commits a second-degree felony and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 750 penalty units and not more than 5,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment not less than 3 years or not more than 5 years, or both. So when you talk about 10 years imprisonment for persons engaged in homosexual activities, you are misleading the world, and that's unfortunate.
All right, so you think, okay, 10 years is too much, but 5 years is perfectly fine for somebody who's gay in Ghana to go to jail. A part of the bill that, a much wider bill that would make it difficult for people who are LGBTQ in Ghana to live. What would you do, sir, if your son or daughter was gay?
Well, thankfully, I have 2 sons and a daughter, and none of them is gay.